All right, well, Tuesday, not just a big day for New Hampshire Republicans, but also Democrats of the Granite State. But with President Biden off the official primary ballot, what can voters expect? For that, we are joined by Raymond Buckley, chairman of the New Hampshire Democratic Party. Raymond, appreciate you being here. And let's start with President Biden still leading the polls in New Hampshire, despite residents having to write him in order for it to count. Any questions in your mind that Biden will come out victorious?
Well, he certainly will receive the most amount of votes. The big question is who's going to turn out. The turnout factor is going to make a big difference on both the Republican side and the Democratic side. And looks like it's going to be a pretty sizable turnout, according to the Secretary of State. So that makes it very exciting, very interesting. And I hope everyone is paying attention to the results.
Well, if Dean Phillips or Marianne Williamson do win New Hampshire without Biden on the ballot, how will that impact their campaigns moving forward when Biden is on the ballot?
Well, it'll be very interesting. It's probably not likely, but I guess we'll see if that happens, and we'll respond then. But there's been a lot of activity going on in the last couple of days with all three entities, the write-in effort. Dean Phillips has been here traveling around the state, and has Marianne Williamson. But it looks like the bulk of the activity seems to be on the Biden side.
What are some of the biggest issues you're hearing from Democratic voters there? And are they concerned about the president's age?
They're very concerned about Donald Trump returning to the White House and the chaos and corruption that occurred there. They're very concerned about the Dodge decision and the attack on women's reproductive rights. New Hampshire's a very strong pro-choice state. That's why you're going to see Nikki Haley not do so well as much as she could have, because she has a far-right record on the issue of abortion. And overwhelmingly, the independent voters, 40% of the voters here in New Hampshire are independent, could have voted in either primary. And if she had somehow electrified them, had been able to connect with them, she could have actually beat Donald Trump here. But her record is solid in the anti-choice side, as you saw with her endorsement today by Asa Hutchinson, also another very strongly anti-choice Republican elected official. So we're not expecting a huge turnout of independents for Nikki Haley, and I think she really missed her opportunity. Now, on the Democratic side, we'll see if either Marianne or Dean were able to attract that level of support that they would need to be successful in the primary. But polling shows that Biden's pretty strongly ahead.
I appreciate that breakdown. I do want to get sort of a pulse from you of some of the headlines, the sharpening rhetoric that our Joe Khalil was just talking about in your state today. On the one hand, we see Trump increasing his attacks on Haley, mocking her birth name in recent days and today. And for the very first time, Nikki Haley actually taking aim at Trump's mental fitness, addressing that today. What do you make of this?
Well, Donald Trump lost here in 2016 when in a lot of the other battleground states, he was successful and he overwhelmingly lost. In fact, Joe Biden received more votes than anybody else ever running for president in New Hampshire history. And we expect that Biden will do very well in November. The behavior of Donald Trump, the corruption of Donald Trump, and let me just be really honest. New Hampshire is one of the highest educated populations in the country, and a lot of folks that appearing on television don't seem to be fitting in that demographic. So I don't want people to get the wrong opinion. They are not representative of the New Hampshire that is the vast majority.
All right, Raymond Buckley, chairman of the New Hampshire Democratic Party. I appreciate your time tonight. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.